Fulfilling a whole host of stereotypes, I'm a young white female who absolutely adores Instagram. I love the app because I like being able to see, through visual art, what my favorite comics, my friends, my family, my favorite sports teams, even activist groups I like, are doing. I'm also not shy about sharing my own visual art. I like being able to post photos and videos from service trips, important life events, quotations I like, even just photos of my dog, to share with people on the internet. Now, I'm not the only user who really loves Instagram. Instagram currently has over 300 million active users per month, and since the app's launch, 30 billion photos have been shared. That's roughly 70 million photos per day. 70% of those users come from outside the US, so there's an entire diverse group of people who love using Instagram. They like being able to share visual art between users. Now, before Instagram, if you wanted to share this art, you went to Twitter, where you had 140 characters and the ability to post links to show videos and photos that you thought were worthwhile. You could even retweet information from other accounts, showcasing to your followers that you thought that information was worth sharing. It would show up on your timeline, and anybody who scrolled through it could see that you thought that something from a celebrity, an official, even just a funny account was worth sharing. Before Twitter, you went to Facebook, where you could upload photos, videos, statuses, anything you wanted, so that your friends could see what you were up to. They would know that you thought that photo, that video, was worth sharing. And, if you were so inclined, you could share information from another account to show that you thought that information was worth being spread. It meant that when your friends went to your homepage and they went to see what you were up to, they would also see that you thought that something from someone else was worth sharing. Before Facebook, if you wanted to share information like this, you went to MySpace, where audio, video, photos could be shared easily between users. You didn't even really have to be friends. All you needed to do was search your favorite band, and all of their information would pop up, with links to audio tracks so you could listen to their music, photos so you could see what they were up to on tour, pretty much anything. And before MySpace, you went to Friendster, where information was easily shared through social media between users. Now, all of these apps have one pretty important thing in common. They're all about sharing. Twitter has the retweet, Pinterest has pinning, Facebook has sharing. But Instagram doesn't have regramming. In fact, you're not even really supposed to share posts from other accounts on Instagram. But that doesn't make any sense. It's designed for sharing information between users, so why can't you share posts you think are interesting? Twitter has the retweet, designed for sharing information easily between accounts, maybe even accounts that wouldn't coexist together. It's designed to share content that's interesting or newsworthy to each individual account. And there's no reason that Instagram shouldn't have that same principle. If I like a photo, shouldn't I be able to share it to my friends? Shouldn't I be able to virally share information that I think is powerful, information I think is worth getting to other users? Humans love to share. We love getting information to one another, information we're passionate about, information we think is important. Why is it that I'm not allowed to share information I think is worth sharing? Shouldn't the only guidelines for what I can or can't share be that I think it's important, not what some massive company thinks is worth sharing? Twitter used to have this issue, but they quickly resolved it by creating a retweet button. Users want to be able to share exactly what they want. Now, Instagram already has those 30 billion photos already shared, those 300 million active users who want to get information out to each other. And they want to regram for a pretty simple reason. They like it. Humans like being able to share information they find interesting to other people. It just makes them happy. Hindering that sort of makes the app a little irresponsible. But there's a pretty important reason that Instagram doesn't want you reposting. their statistics will go down. Instagram is designed for non-photographers to be able to post creative photos. And if you start being able to regram, the number of original photos being posted to the app will go down. There are repost apps that you can get outside of Instagram. You can either purchase them or download them from the internet. But that programming is pretty simple. There's no reason Instagram as a company shouldn't make it in-house. That is, unless they're trying to keep their stats up. Because if the same photo from the same account starts popping up all over Instagram, then their stats go down and they don't get to have those impressive numbers anymore. Just because I like using Instagram doesn't mean I want them to get to decide what I think is worth sharing and what I want to show my friends and family. I want to be able to post what I want, when I want, without being blocked by Instagram.